Well, I got my camera back on. Now let's see if I'm doing live on YouTube. Well, I guess it's working. Hello. 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 Let's see if I got this all working. So, how am I doing, people? Now, if I could make this screen bigger, but I don't want to hit any buttons. So, I'm afraid to touch it anymore because I screwed something up. So everything going okay? Hello. Hello. how do I make my picture bigger? That's because if I know I've screwed something up, I'm going to screw it up. So at least I got my camera back on. So is that doing pretty good? Man, I don't know what that hockey stick I'm doing. So now, Humbug, where you go to? I'm afraid to hit any buttons or I can enlarge this picture.
Follow up with, I'm going to go up to 2722 Pine Hill Road. Take you the address of it.
That looks a little bit better. So I'll go to well, got that working. Right. But how I know when somebody's chatting? I figure it out. But, this is, like I say, I'm a dummy when it comes to computers and stuff like that. So can anybody hear me? I'm looking at my audio thing on Prism. So I guess I'm doing something right. And them kitty cats loves me to death. Kathy's there, Blackie, and Nancy. Well, how's everybody doing? I got my camera back. So I must be doing something right. So I guess everything's working. Let me turn my audio up on my. Hello. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello. Hello. I can't hear my audio on my phone. Hello. It says I'm doing my thing on my mic gain, so it must be working. I get feedback on it. So I'm trying to figure this out. It's for the birds. Hello. I'm afraid to touch any buttons on this laptop. Afraid I messed it up or something, lose my camera again. But I guess everything's doing okay. Find my I put it on Twitter. So now people from Twitter or X, whatever you call it, knows I'm on here. So like I say, I want to say thank you. I finally got my laptop to work where I did a live stream. I had it earlier. I hit a button, knocked my camera off. But I got my camera back on. Got my live chat on the screen. So I'm doing something, I guess, pretty good. Your account wedge. I wonder what happens if I do that. I better not mess with that. Because I don't want to screw anything up. Pardon my French. Well, this is January number 1, 2024. The time here is 7:32 p.m. I think Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Indiana. About 18 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky. Glad to have y'all on here. Thank the 10 people who have subscribed. Go to RD on the scene. He's on morning and at night. And the other one is Kern County Crime Watchers. It's on, I think, 2 days a week. Got White T-Shirt Media, Bravo Street Media or something, and if you like to listen to police cars and you're in Bakersfield or any place in the United States, go to, I think on YouTube, Bakersfield Scanner. And the software he or she's using, or they using, is called radio reference software, where you can do live streaming over the internet. If you got a scanner like RD does, he probably uses that radio reference to program his scanner, or anybody else. It makes it a whole lot easier. It's free. And if you got a Uniden or /Bearcat scanner and or SDS 100 or the 200, you can program it by using Sentry or something software and all this. Or you can buy you a new scanner and they will program it for you. Like the SDS 100 and the 200, you can look it up and see what kind of scanner it is. The SDS is kind of what they call walkie-talkie. and the SDS 200 is a base mobile setup. Channel Master, I think it is who it is, and Bearcat Warehouse, I think. And they can program it for you. It costs you a few dollars more. They can put in the state and county you want. You also, on the SDS 100 and 200, you can get DMR and NXDN or something like it. You can look it up. They charge you for it. They charge you for all three of them. And the SDS 100 and 200 is a P25 digital. But it'll do the other frequencies too, like trains, airplanes, fire departments, police departments, EMTs, stuff like this. You know, those digital scanners is kind of high. It depends, do you want a Kia or do you want a Lamborghini? It depends what money you got. After 9/11, if you all remember 9/11 and listen to the reports, police department, fire department, everybody was all on different frequencies. So Homeland Security said, well, you all got to go to P25 800 digital radios. That way, everybody in the 9/11 area, they can communicate with each other. Police departments, fire departments, medics, your air medic, and so on. They can do that. And the Homeland Security gave every police department in every state a time limit to upgrade the radios. And if they still using the old radios, they violating Homeland and FCC rules. Because they all supposed to be 800 digital P25s. So if they're still using the radios, they probably breaking the law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an old man, bored to death. Got 3 kitty cats laying on my, where my rotary cup is, in my armpit. And socks is over on my SDS 200. But what I like about California on their rules on scanners, you can have them in your car, pickup, truck, boat, you know, like that. But as long as you use it legally. But if you try to outrun them or call your friends, hey, the cops is watching your house, you can go to jail. Indiana, I don't know about Kentucky, but Indiana, the only way you can have a scanner in your car is a fire department, news media, EMT, amateur radio operator. I know there's a bunch of them in California who's amateur radio operators. Years and years ago, maybe 16, 17, somewhere, they had a tornado come through Henryville, Charlestown, New Washington, Marysville, probably New Albany. I can't remember. 20 years from now, I'll be able to. Well, the radios went down. The cell towers went down. Who do they call? People with CB radios and amateur radio operators. They use what they call simplex. Say if you was a CB or UB19 and you talk to the other truck drivers or a base station, that's simplex. And that's what they done. They had one at the State Police Dispatch. They had one at the Clark County Dispatch Office. They had one at the EMT office where the ambulance knows where to go. They had one at the fire department that rode around with the fire department, simplex. Because those repeaters was down. Could not use cell phone towers because it took the power lines out. Amateur radio, it's a whole lot of headache, but it's worth it. What you do illegal on a CB radio, because you only allow 5 watts. Amateur radio, if you're a general and above, you allow over 1,000 watts. You got what they call slow scan TV, RTTY, stuff like that. If you got an amateur club like there in Bakersfield, an amateur radio operator, he or she will tell you what to do. But it does come in handy. But the only thing, everything's PG, no cussing. What you do on CB radio, you cannot do on amateur radio. Amateur radio people police themselves. I was an amateur radio, went to renew my license. It was held up. I don't know, I never heard them. I still able to transmit. I never heard from them, so I contacted them. They said, well, you gotta get an application, pay for it, this and that. I'd be blanket to blank if I'm going through a technician and a general test again to get my license back for the FCC there in Washington, D.C. screwed up. I never keyed on anybody. I never cussed. I helped out. Back when I had my Plymouth Fury, I think, a guy went missing over in Kentucky. So I drove over in Kentucky with my ICOM radio. Maybe it was an 880, maybe. I can't remember what it was, but I know it was an ICOM radio. Maybe a 28. I don't know. It's been so long ago. And we was out around the prison, wherever that is, outside of Louisville. And there's a golf course. Me and another amateur operator drove all around, and we decided to go as far as we can into that golf course. Boiled down to the story, I guess they was doing a little drinking. They made the wrong turn, found him on the golf course. We called 911, KSP showed up, and whatever city was close to that golf course. I know there was a prison. They had KSP and I guess the local sheriff's department. You can help people out by being an amateur radio. So the guy and his wife, and maybe sister-in-law, I know there's 2 women, I think, maybe one guy. There could have been 2 guys and 2 women. It was over 10 years ago. But he took our names down and address down. And next thing we know, we got a box in the mail. I did and he did. It was from the Monks. I think it was cheese, I think. Don't quote me on it. But amateur radio does come in handy. People, even California or anywhere in the United States, I know everybody got cell phones. What happened before you had cell phones or the internet? You used your CB radio to talk to your neighbors or your cousins, uncles, your friends, your girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever. So you sure have a CB radio in your car, truck, or whatever. I wish the truck drivers have their CB radios. Some of them does. I know Buster Brown, known as UPS, they used to have them in all those trucks over the road. I tell you a little story that happened maybe 2 months ago, give or take a little. Out there on I-65, maybe around the 9 to 7 mile marker, traffic kind of slowed down. And this UPS truck was in front. I guess he stopped, and the other UPS truck behind him didn't know the traffic was slowing down. If all truck drivers had CB radios in the 18-wheelers, that might stop some accidents for, they keep up on the traffic. I don't know if the company allows CB radios. Here's the funny thing about it. Them truck drivers, men and women, they get paid by the mileage. If they're sitting in, a traffic backup, they ain't making no money. By having the CB on and having the CB in their 18-wheeler, they would know about the traffic jam, and somebody on the other side would tell them what exit to take to get off and go around it. So they're making money that way. So if you work for a trucking company, trucking companies, have them put those CB radios back in the trucks, because if the truck is sitting in a parking lot like that, the company's making no money, the driver's not making no money, the truck he or she's driving not make any money. I used to watch this lady on YouTube. I think her name's Brittany. I can't remember Brittany's last name. Had a pink truck. Some of the guys got on her where she worked at. She got another business, got SUV, or, gasoline, changed flat tires. I don't know how many she got in her group. But I know her name's Brittany, but I can't think of what her last name is. But she was a heck of a truck driver. That's a video you might want to watch. Another one I watch on YouTube, What the Hells. He's a storage locker freak. In the summertime, he spends it in Otters Creek, which is in Florida. You go to What the Hells on YouTube, you can see what's going on in Otters Creek, which is in Florida. They had a corrupt mayor, corrupt secretary, councilman. They're under investigation by the state of Florida, the IRS. They got bad water. You can't even drink it. It's so brown. It's like Charleston, Indiana water is. Indiana, the health department can come in. Why can't the health department of Florida go in, either shut them down or make them correct it? I don't understand. I know Florida is a different state of Indiana. They got filters, but they just, those people they had in office screwed everything up, stole money, stole a bunch of stuff from the town of Otters Creek. And the the guy runs What the Hells is Jeremy and George. They got a main office somewhere in Ohio. He buys storage lockers or storage renters where you store your stuff. Usually he gets some good stuff, make good money out of it. He sells stuff on eBay. What he did before Christmas, I think it was about December 16th, I think, in Otters Creek, Florida. He went out, spent his money, and went to the local, maybe Walmart, bought all the toys and stuff like that for the kids at Otter Creek and the county that Otters Creek in, like they used to when the old mayor and all that. And he bought an old schoolhouse. That's where they held the Christmas party with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and the help. And the kids, you don't have to be poor. And, they helped everybody out from the whole county. So thank you, Jeremy and George, from What the Hells. You might want to watch that. You can see what goes in at Otters Creek. The crooked they are. And there's another one, I forget what it's called. He lives in Indiana, and he exposed the corrupt sheriff that Clark County had at the time. This and that. Sometimes he does live streaming. That's a video I like to watch. If you like to learn about truck drivers, go to JBG Travelers. Johnny Be Good, that's how you remember it. He done a video last night, and his wife sent him a video of the food that they had on the table. I think he was in a truck stop in Tennessee, I think. I'm not sure. But JBG is a good person. He's a religious guy. I like YouTube. I have fun watching RD on the scene. He's the one that got me into YouTube. I see he used Prism, but I can't understand what that Prism mirror is, which I can't use that because my laptop is not a gaming computer, and I don't understand what HDR is because it won't take it. I don't know if you could buy a USB or HDMI or whatever that got that gambling stuff. Like I say, I don't know anything about computers. They didn't have computers when I was in school. The closest thing we had a computer was typewriters. And I know some of you out there probably took typing in high school or maybe junior high. I don't know, junior high, maybe 9 through 12. I had this one woman, she substitute for the teacher. If you didn't hold your fingers just right, she'd come by with a yardstick and smack you on your hand. That's how they used to do back in the olden days. And the teacher used to spank you. The kids back there then was polite. They didn't talk back to the teachers like they do today. Because you cannot do nothing to correct the kids. I had this one teacher, maybe it was 9th grade. I think her name was Jane Trotter, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. and this girl done something. And back then, you had those big wooden desks compared to what they got today. She made this girl on the long side of the table. That cotton-picking teacher hit that girl. She swung that paddle like a ball bat. Knocked that girl over the table. Well, it was my turn. I told her, I said, you hit me like that, I'm going to take that paddle away from you and knock the blankety blank out of you. You got to keep YouTube PG, family friendly, and viewer discretion. So go down and see the principal. I told the principal it was either Mr. Clean or Dutch Reese if you went to Charlestown, Indiana school back there then. Mr. Clean, his name is Mars, and he was bald head. That's how come us kids called him Mr. Clean, because his head looked like Mr. Clean. I like to hear stories. I know you all went to school. I want to tell you, I love history, but you had teachers that really didn't know history. And the books really didn't talk about that history. They didn't talk about the World War I or World War II that much. I had a teacher. I think he might be dead. I think his last name was New, Mr. New. I forget what his first name is. First day we went to his class, said, students, boys and girls, and gentlemen and ladies, when you come back tomorrow, bring your paper and your pencils. You're going to watch videos, which I don't know what, the film, I don't know if it was 16, whatever they had back in those days during the war. He had slides. We took notes. The girls didn't like it too much. And he told us, said, by you taking notes, that's going to be your test. Because everything you taking down in notes is going to be on your test. Well, I didn't do too good in school. My grades is anywhere from a D to an A. It depends on which class it was. But Mr. New's class, if somebody can't tell him, it's on YouTube. Mr. New taught at Charlestown High School back in the late 60s, 70s. And he was a good history teacher. I had another history teacher. I didn't like him. His name was Bill Dunn. He wasn't that smart of a history teacher. I got kicked out because he loved to kid you. I kid him back, which I'm not going to say what I said or I think I said. I get kicked out of his class. I had a woman for history. And I didn't think women knew that much about history. But this woman knew more on what Mr. Dunn did. I wish I didn't switch. But I did make pretty good in that woman's history class. I had biology for a semester, which you all people know what biology is. Well, it took my brother 2 years, 4 semesters before he could pass. And I passed biology the first semester. I made A's. And the woman was Miss Swain. I think she might pass away a few years ago. She still might be alive. Us guys got together, found out when her birthday, which her birthday was during school time. We threw her a big birthday party, got together. I don't know why the girls didn't think of it, but she was a good biology teacher. And for I forget what it is, chemistry or something, where you make soap and stuff like that. Use those little flamethrowers or lighters, whatever kind of class that was. I don't remember, but back when I was in ninth grade, I had a English teacher. I think her name was Miss Gilbert. Well, Charleston had a basketball game. And I told my drafting teacher, which is Congleton, and the other teacher was, I think, Whitehead. I said, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to come there. I'm going to whip both of your blankety-blank rear end. Well, they wasn't there. You can guess what happened by drinking peppermint schnapps, slow gin, Boone's Farm wine, stuff like that. They left me over at a tree, and after the game over, they walked me down Lever Street through the cemetery, and down by the creek, over the fence, took me to my house, put me up there by the door, front door on the porch, knocked on the door while they was across the street. It was Steve Allen, Eric Bridges, Donald Cook, I forget who else, but hell. I remember the door open, me falling flat on my face. I slept upstairs. I remember falling on my face, Dad and Mom raising 10 times hot water. I remember on all fours going up the steps to get in my bed. You talk about the room spinning around. So Dad got me up the next morning, and I was sick as a dog. I had a bucket next to me where I threw up all night. I told Dad, I said, I'm too sick. So that's not my fault. You did what you did last night. I walked to school. That was probably a mile, maybe, give or take a little. Got to school. I was sick. Went to the bathroom before my English class. I told Miss Gilbert, I said, Miss Gilbert, I'm sick. Can I go see the nurse? And no, we're going to the library. Well, the librarian, her name was Miss Ross. You know, you cannot sleep in the library. And I laid my head down, and Miss Ross came back. I know she passed away. I said, Miss Ross, I'm sick. Can I go see the nurse? Yeah. So she wrote me a pass out. The time I got to the door, guess who was there? A stupid Miss Gilbert. Said, where you going? I said, I'm going to the nurse. She said, no, you're not. You're going back to class. I said, Miss Gilbert, if you don't get that blankety-blank out of my way, I'm going to knock you on your blankety-blank rear end. I went to the nurse. I think the nurse was Miss Bear. I think Ruby was her name. And she couldn't find anything wrong. Took my temperature. I don't know if they had BP cups in school back there then. And I told her what I did. So she wrote me a pass, put my books back in my locker, walk home, thrown up all the way, got in. Mom said, go over and sleep on the couch. 12 o'clock came around. Man, I felt good. 12 o'clock when Dad came home from his insurance job that he was partners in. He said, where are you going? I said, I'm going outside, Dad. I feel better. He said, if you're sick, you stay in the house until 3 o'clock. So I went back inside and laid down some more until 3 o'clock. Then I went outside. But that was a heck of a drunk. I didn't get in trouble the next, but a couple of days later. But those two teachers didn't show up. But my drafting people, that's one guy that shouldn't be a teacher. I think he teaches over in Louisville, Kentucky, I guess. He retired from Greater Clark County schools. But they started letting girls in drafting class. Girls couldn't draw too good. But the fun thing about it, my drawing is 10 times better than the girls. They got A's, maybe I got a C, but the teacher slept with some girls, and he was married and had kids. He retired from there, and he teach somewhere in the state of Kentucky. His name was Mr. Congleton. I don't know if he was still married or he got a divorce. But since the statute of limitations out, he lived in Jeffersonville. I forget what subdivision. I was a mean little brat when I was younger. I had a BB rifle. You can guess what I did. He had sliding glass doors. I bust them windows out with a BB gun, shot his windows out of his 68 Chevy, I think it was 68, maybe 65, I'm not sure. But statute of limitations out of it. They canceled his insurance. You know, he made a whole lot of kids mad. You know, he was a drafting teacher. As a teacher, you're not supposed to have a relationship with your students. Some of them does to this day. Even the women teachers. Man, if I was a boy that young, I'd be heck if I would tell anybody me dating an older woman. I would never have told that. But somehow a few teachers got caught. In Indiana and Kentucky, maybe in California. So, you know, that's a whole lot of, you know, that's some of my life story. So, you know, I got a heart or something, I don't know. But I've been on here, where is it? 59 minutes and 6 seconds. So, Roger, RD on the saying, I want to thank you for where you try to help me. I still need some help. You know, what do I need in my automobile to do live streams? Live streams. Do I need like a hotspot? I know Verizon, Cricket, and Sprint and all them got those little boxes you do Wi-Fi. Do I need a GoPro? Does GoPro do live streaming? Can you hook a GoPro up to a cigarette lighter plug? I know you got 2 batteries. I think them batteries last 2 hours each. You know, I like somebody, you know, let me know. So I let people on Twitter know that I was doing a live stream and told them, you know, where I'd be during my live stream. So people, hit that subscribe bell. You know, the little bell to the right there. Hit it again, that way you get all the notifications of that YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs like. And you can donate somehow through YouTube, but I can't do it. For when I look, I got 10 subscribers. I want to, God thank you all for the 10 subscribers I got. I believe from what I read, I need 50 before I can get anything from YouTube. You know, I get sponsors paid for this. I guess they show ads when I'm not live streaming. And like I said, Pepsi's not a sponsor, but I do drink Pepsi Zero sugar because of diabetes. People say, I have tried, Diet Pepsi. Yep, I don't like the taste of it. But that Pepsi Zero, if you got diabetes and you drink Pepsi, give it a try. The other soft drinks out there, they got zero sugar. And if you want to donate, use my name, Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. You can send gift cards. I do buy gasoline, but I put myself on a budget. I don't drive unless I have to. I go to the doctor. There's things I like to have. I need another laptop where I can run that prison mirror, which I guess RD can explain it to me through an email or however he wants to do it. I can bring it up, but when I go to start it, then it pops up something about an HDR card not big enough or something. I don't know. I don't know nothing about computers. I didn't think the high schools where I went get computers until maybe 80s, 90s, somewhere in there. I think maybe those, either Radio Shack or them old antique Apple computers. I don't remember. But they didn't have them when I was in school. So, I like to have a new laptop. They said that people that have texted me or emailed me or done it through Google says it has to be a gaming computer where you have your HDR and like that where people play games. I don't, those are games I would love to play, but they got some that, like you driving a police car, you get out, you get in pursuits, stuff like that. I'm not into that. I would love to. I play like solitaire, stuff like that on my iPhone. You can specialize, send a letter. How you want me to use it. Or if you want to send me like a GoPro where I could do live streaming in my automobile, you could specialize what you want me to do with it. And you can tell me if you want me to mention your name on YouTube or maybe just your first name. Or I won't mention the state because that's really nobody's business. But I want you all to share this as much as possible. I got videos for first-time home buyers. The things you have to do to be a first-time home buyer. People don't know when they're trying to buy a house. And they don't know where to go. You can go to a bank. You can use HUD. If you're a veteran, you can use VA. Or you can use USDA. It's based on your income. Check your state and see where the closest office is. You can call them or something like that and they send you an application. Mine was one page. I sent that back in. They sent me another application, which I think 10 pages. It's based on your income. If you're on Social Security or SSI or whatever, that's his income. If you get food stamps or EBT food stamps, that counts as income. If you get child support, that counts as income. Estates that got alimony, that counts as income. Now you count all your income. And if you want to find out what your credit report, which is free, go to your App Store or Google Store or whatever and download Karma credit thing. You fill all the information in. And it's free. That way you can see what your credit score is. Make sure you don't owe any doctor bills, hospital bills, credit card bills. You want to make sure you got all your credit cards paid off. But while you're applying for a USDO, do not apply for any credit cards. This one makes me mad. Maybe you all don't realize it. When somebody run a credit report on you, it knocks your credit score down, which I don't think it's right for them to knock your credit score down because somebody's running a credit score. Another thing, I paid a loan off sometime last year in 2023. Well, my credit score up kind of high. When I paid that loan off, they took 46 points off. That should never happen. To me, that's illegal. This is my First Amendment right. So, you need to keep a eye on your credit report. And also, if you're buying a house, you need a home inspector. Not all of them home inspectors is qualified. Go to YouTube and look at Mike Holmes. He's a building inspector. His video, I think, is probably from Canada. You can see his videos and you would know what question to ask your inspector. See if the home inspector is qualified. You got a breaker box. Make sure that he takes the cover off and see if everything's up to code. And make sure if you're on the outside of your house, look up, see if you got a pipe sticking out. Maybe an inch pipe, inch and a half pipe. That's your vent pipe for your sewer. Your sewer lines, unless you're on a septic tank, but it's still a sewer line. It vents everything from your toilet, your bathtub, your sink, your washing machine, your washing dishes sink, stuff like that. So go watch that video. Always have an inspector. I watched this video today from Mike Holmes. A woman didn't get a building inspector. The wires are so screwed up, didn't have a permit, wasn't a licensed electrician, and the way they ran the gas line, the house could have blown up. Get you a building inspector. Ask your building inspector, is he or she qualified? Have you ever built any houses? Have you wired any houses? Have you ever done electric work? Have you done plumbing work? See if they got the little mobile TV camera where they can run the little holes down your drain pipes. That's just good advice. Like I say, go watch Mike Holmes on YouTube, and he'll teach you about home inspections. I don't think maybe $200, I'm not sure. Another thing, when you're a home buyer, you want to get, which your real estate agent should know, I think they call it title insurance. You need that in case somebody said, oh, that's my property, and a survey says it's your property. By having that title insurance, you don't have to pay for the lawyer. That's all, like I said, go back and watch them YouTube videos. I've done a little bit more and tell you what you have to go through and this and that. So go watch that. I think every state got a USDA office, because you got farmers in California, you got them everywhere. So there's going to be a USDA office. It's based on your income. You can do that. So, I don't know how you can know if somebody logging in or what. I don't see anything on my iPhone. Only the 2 comments I put on there. So, I still got 10 people who subscribe. So, people, go up there and hit that bell, that subscribe button. Hit it again. You go up and hit all notifications. And go and hit the thumbs up. You can, however they do that on YouTube, where you can communicate. You can tell me more about the GoPro. I've seen this one guy, he had like a thing, had a GoPro on his chest. I know you got one you can put on your head with a belt. I like to have some information like that. So, you can help me out on that. Give me some information. What do I need to do live streaming? I know for me to use my phone, I'm going to have a cigarette lighter plug where I can plug it into my cigarette lighter with my cable to my phone. Then I'm going to have a phone mount where I can stick it up over my window and do a live stream that way. So, that's another thing, like I say, I'm a rookie. RD and all those other people was rookies. Didn't know nothing about live streamers. They all help each other out. They help each other and subscribe to each other's YouTube things, which I want to thank you all whoever done that. I'm not mentioning any names, but God bless you. And another YouTube, if you love to listen to police scanners, if you're in the Bakersfield area, or if you just like to listen to police scanners from other states, go to YouTube and type in the search engine on YouTube, Bakersfield Scanner, and it'll pop up. So it gives the channels they're using, some of the police codes. Then there's sometimes like a text down below the scanner. And one of the frequencies they use, I forget what channel it is, which is 155.31. When I saw that, I started laughing. I said, that used to be the Clark County, Indiana Sheriff frequency. before they switch over to 800 P25 digital radios. Then another one that was in the 460 range. That was one of Louisville, Kentucky LMPD Police Department frequency. Then another one I saw, maybe it was the CHIPS, California Highway Patrol, was 42 point something. That was one of the Indiana State Police frequencies before they switch over to the 800. You know, some of the frequencies I've seen, I wish I could program it into my scanner, but Bakersfield, California is over 1,000 miles away from me, so there's no way I can hear it unless police frequency does like CB radio does, you know, on skip, which I don't know if that's possible or not. But I never heard any. So, you know, that's something, it's new to me. Margaret Hush. But, you know, it's funny. I love YouTube. I need about 40 more subscribers where, you know, YouTube would pay me, I guess, because of the sponsors and ads they have on it. So, since I'm using Prism, I kind of like it. Roger, I got a question for you. On that Prism mirror, I know in the top right-hand corner, when you do your live stream, you got like a bird up there. Is that part of the Prism mirror or what? You know, I don't understand it. But since I can't use it on this computer because it's not a gaming computer and I don't have an HDR, them computers ain't cheap. I look at Best Buy, I looked at Walmart, you looking at over $1,200. This one I got is the HP, less than $400. I got maybe 5 years ago, something like that. I bought that when I was, you know, thinking about taking the home buyer's course on a computer until they was going to charge you for this, and you have to make a 60 plus on the score before you get certified. So, you know, I bought a computer. But my computer goes through a Wi-Fi like my cell phone and my smart TV. But you don't need cable TV. All you need to get is your cable to go to your Wi-Fi. You don't need cable TV, because these smart TVs, you get YouTube, Pluto, a bunch of others. You get all news stations from California, other places. You get some movies. You know, you can get all of that, but you don't need to get cable TV to watch your cable channels. Right now I'm on Pluto watching CSI Miami. Look, if you had cable, look how much you pay for cable. You get internet, that costs you more. So you save you some money just by getting the internet if you just want to watch, TV. Or you can get you an outside antenna to watch your local TV station. I think the cable company charge you $5, it might be $10 by now. But an outside antenna, you can get all the channels. Like here we got 3, 11, 21, 24, 32, 41, 58, 15, 68. 15 and 68 is PBS. Like channel 3, I believe there's 4 digital channels. Channel 11, I think you get 3 or 4. 15, I think you get maybe 4, 5, like that. You get that on the outside antenna. You don't have to pay your cable company that extra money. Just get your good outside antenna, at least for 100 miles or so, give or take a little. They try to sell you a digital antenna. If you got an old outside antenna, that'll work just fine. Run your coax that they use for cable up there. You might have to have your splitter, got the 2 things on it where you can hook it and screw it in. Put your coax onto it, run it into your house. Then another thing you might want to get if you got an outside antenna is what they call a receiver. It's a preamp. And that preamp will bring your signal in to help you out. Help you receive your signals. I don't know how many local channels you got in Bakersfield or in your state. You don't need cable TV to pick up your local TV stations. If you got a good outside antenna on a push-up pole, you can have it on a rotary. You know, you can pick up your local TV stations. You know, that's something that you might want to think of. So, I'm going to have to go to a doctor tomorrow, so that means I better go for the night since I figured out how I got my computer working. How I don't know. I guess because for kids, I guess you can't have it for kids because they, So I checked the other one where there'd be comments. So hit that notification bell. Hit it again. Get all the notification bells. That's one thing I haven't heard the other live streamers said to do that, but I am. I'm being a good old man. Hit the thumbs up. And since I can't get any income coming in because I don't have 50 subscribers, this and that, my name, Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. You can send post office money orders because they're easy to catch. People does counterfeit the other type of money orders. Has to be on the safe side. You could send gift cards, or you could send a laptop where I can do a better job and streaming, which, say I have to have a gambling laptop, which I guess I got to have a HDR. Who all computer smart out there knows. And let me know something about the GoPro. Can I do streaming? I've seen people use it streaming, but I don't know what you have to do. You can send me a GoPro, maybe with the water container that goes around to keep it from getting wet. But I don't really go out in the rain that much because I do melt. Ain't that funny? But go to RD on the Scene. Tell him I sent you there. Click his notification bell. Hit his thumbs up. Also, go to Kern County Crime Watchers. They're on 2 days a week. You can ask RD on the scene when they're on. Maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays or something. I don't know. You have to ask him. You got White T-Shirt Media. Go to their website. I think it's a husband and wife's team. And I think the other one is Bravo Media. I'm not sure. If you like to listen to scanners, even people you are there in Bakersfield, if you don't know it, go to Bakersfield Scanner on YouTube and it'll bring it up. They're not sponsors. You know, some of them has helped me out by me watching those videos. Some of them got cameras where they can really zoom up. I don't think a cell phone could really zoom up like that. Maybe a GoPro can. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a rookie. I'm asking for y'all's help. Share my videos to your friends. Tell them about it. Hit the notification bell. Then hit it again and go up there and get all notifications. One thing I don't know, how to let people know when to I'm starting a live stream, or give them a time limit when I start it, the day that I start it, and the time. I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm asking your help on that. I only go to Charlestown once a week to pick my medicine up, or take my son to pick his medicine up, which I'll be going to Charlestown when I go to the doctor again on the 3rd, which is a different doctor. That's my sugar doctor. So after I leave there, I'll put some gas in the car, go to the bank, draw $20 out. Maybe. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on that. And then go to Tractor Supply, get my horse pellets. It's in a green bag. It's kind of got a scent to it, cedar scent to it. I use that for cat litter. Anybody who have kitty cats in the house knows how smells sometimes. You can buy a bag of that at Tractor Supply, at least where I live, I think less than $5. I'm just guessing. I won't know until Wednesday. And when you start your cats out in it, you put maybe a cup, you know, if you got a fast food plastic cup, you know, a couple of cups in a cat box. Then you sprinkle a little of that cat litter in it where they get used to it. They won't smell too bad. When that pellet gets broke up, it'd be like cedar chips or real fine dust. You can take that and throw in your garden or flower bed. So, you know, if that helps you out, if you got kitty cats. If you all like eggs, fresh eggs, if you live out in the country, I know city got laws or ordinances that you can't have chickens in the city. You know, those fresh eggs taste better than what you get at the store. You do not know what they feed those chickens. My chicken, I fed them in the summertime. Fruit, watermelon, cantaloupe, you know, grapes, corn on the cob, few tomatoes, apples. You know, they love that stuff. It's better for them. Your eggs, you don't, you can give them some chicken feed. You might want to give that a try if you're raising chickens. During the summer, you feed them watermelon. Cut your slice off like you fixing yourself a piece of watermelon. Take it out there, and them cotton pickers will jump up on you trying to get that watermelon. They take it all the way down to the ground. Same thing with the cantaloupe. They love fruit. I miss my chickens, but thanks to the bandit, the raccoons, killed a couple of chickens and killed my rooster. The rooster, he went up in his roost about maybe 5, 6 o'clock. Something told me that night to go out there at 1 o'clock. That ass son of a gun got in there and killed my rooster. That rooster was trying to protect his wives. I killed 3 of those roosters. Some I caught in a trap and I transported them about 5 miles away. Even some babies. I had no problems with possums. But these raccoons are big. The cage I had, there's one raccoon, he went in and ate the food and back out. That's how big that raccoon is. But them things, when I lived in the city, the raccoons were friendly. They slept with my kitty cats. They was friendly. These country raccoons, you tap on the window, they take off. I guess that's the difference between country raccoons and city raccoons. But, go to RD on the scene and tell him that I sent you up there to watch his videos. You'll like him. You like his video. Those ones I mentioned, they're not police officers. They obey the traffic laws. They're not police officers. You see the price of gasoline in California? Almost $5 a gallon. That is stupid. Back when I was young, if they raised it a penny, everybody griped about it and they drop it back down. Now the people nowadays, we need it to go to work. I got to put food on the table for my wife or kids, or vice versa. I got to make a house payment. Yeah, but until your people get off your lazy rear end, gas is going to keep going up. Until you raise Cain about it. Because they're price gouging. Look at holidays. Vacation time. They raise the gas up 30 cents, 40 cents. That's price gouging. They would make more money if they kept the gas prices down. Because you will buy more gas. You go more places. You take more vacations. I can't take a vacation because I'm not rich. Where would I like to take a vacation? Maybe down to South Carolina to Parris Island. That place has changed since I was there in 1970. And I think the Cherokee Reservation, is in South Carolina, which I'm part Cherokee. How much percentage Cherokee, I don't know, because I don't have money to do that ancestry DNA test to find out how much Cherokee I am. I'll do it one day when I get rich, when the man upstairs will want me to, or help me win the lotto. But, go to RD on the scene. Find out when Kern County Crime Watcher's on. I think it's on 2 days, but I forget what day it is. But I do get notification, but I just don't remember. My memory's not that good by being as old as I am. And another video to watch is Tractor Time with Tim. He does some good videos. There's the Arms family. There's one, something about the Morgan family. He has sponsors. I like to have a Kubota tractor with a bucket with a quick connect on the front of it. And it's not a forklift, a grappling hook, and a backhoe, and a rotary tiller where I can get back out in my garden, plant some stuff. It's about time for me to make some more salsa. And my salsa is hotter than what you buy in the grocery store. And, I like to plant radishes. But I can't find white radishes. They look like icicles. You can't find them. And they got another one. They call it Spanish black radishes. They're like them white ones. And you can cut you a slice about the size of a dime of that black radish. And better have about a gallon of water, because them things is hot. So hit that subscribe button. Hit it again where you get all the notifications. Hit the thumbs up. To send a donation or whatever, send it to my name. Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. Kubota is not a sponsor, but maybe I get a whole lot more subscribers. Maybe they will. And if you're a diabetic, like I am, I drink Pepsi Zero Sugar, which tastes, I used to drink over 100 Pepsis a month. That's a whole lot of Pepsis. If I didn't have my Pepsi, I'd go into a little fit like an alcoholic. And like I say, Walmart today, up the road, they was out of Pepsi Zero and 24 packs. They didn't even have the 12 packs. They didn't have the 2 liter. Pepsi's falling down on their job. Surely that many people didn't buy that many soft drinks for Christmas holiday. That's something that don't make any sense. But maybe they have some Pepsi Zero on the 7th when I go back to Walmart. I might have to go up there on the 3rd, because I need to get me some more of them fly catchers. The flies right now in Indiana as thick as nobody's rear end. I mean, I got 4 fly traps. They've been there a week and they full, so I'm going to have to go by Walmart and get me some more fly traps. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get those electric bug zappers for outside and inside, and buy 2 of them. I think maybe $20 to $50 a piece. Put one in the kitchen and put one in my bedroom. I haven't figured out how to anchor it. I gotta make sure I got it close to a plug where I don't have to run an extension cord, because it's a fire hazard. So go to RD on the scene. Kern County Crime Watchers. Roger, before he usually gets off, and tell you a few of them himself. So when you go there for the first time, click on the bell. Click thumbs up. Tell him you knew that I sent you. He doesn't pay me for anything. That's what friends is for. Everybody helps everybody out. So, you know, if you like to listen to police scanners, even if you're in Bakersfield, California, I never heard Roger say it, but Bakersfield scanners. If you're in Bakersfield, California, and you got YouTube, you might want to listen to you if you're home. I don't know who runs it. I don't know if it's he, she, or who it is. So that might be something you want to listen to. And also, if you like truck driving stories, go to see JBG Travelers, Johnny Be Good as I call it. That's how I remember it. And you can watch his videos. Sometimes he do live streaming. He got cameras all over his 18-wheeler. I think he drives for HDL or ADL or something like that. I forget the trucking company he works for. So, if you like truck drivers, you know, there's videos out there of truck drivers. If you like to see police pursuits, Arkansas got police pursuits. And I guarantee you, I seen police pursuits in California. Them troopers in Arkansas, that's nobody to mess with. I mean, like I say, you have to go to Arkansas police pursuits, or like I say, I forget the name, but that's what it is, Arkansas State Police. They got, instead of District 1, District 2, they like got Troop A, Troop F, stuff like that. So, if you like stuff like that. Or there was another one I just thought of when I was talking about police officer. It's the sheriff's department. I forget what state it is. They call it Live Patrol. You know, that's a good YouTube channel to watch. It's Live on Patrol or something. It's run by that sheriff's department, and I forget what state. I want to say Missouri, but I don't think that's right. And they, you know, they got groups of deputies. It looks for stolen cars. You know, it's a special group of people. And sometimes they got gift cards from fast food restaurants. They might give some homeless people, you know, out there, maybe it's $20, maybe for Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's or places like that. You know, that's Live on Patrol if you like to watch them. Because I watch them too sometimes. I watch a whole lot of videos, but what else is it do when you're 70 plus years old, got no girlfriend, all I got is my babies in here, is like my children. So, you know, that gives me time. Like during the summer, I could be out driving because it don't get dark until about 9 p.m. You know, Eastern Standard Time, I would say. But now it gets dark here about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I remember I've been to California a few times. RD, you can let me know if you're watching. Does Bakersfield got blood banks? Because I used to drive an 18-wheel, I think it was Transmatic. We would go to these blood banks, pick up that frozen plasma. We take it other places, you know. I've been to LA. I think I've been to Bakersfield too, but I'm not sure. The only way I would make it there, if they had a blood bank there where we pick up the blood. Because some of the streets you go down, places you go, it brings back some memories. So maybe I have been there, but some of that places has changed. I know LA has changed, you know, Orange County. It has changed since I drove an 18-wheeler. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell, and go up and hit it again. Hit all notifications. Hit the thumbs like. Go see RD on the scene. Kern County Crime Watchers. They're on twice a week. You can ask RD on the scene when is Kern County Crime Watchers is on YouTube. And, you know, there's a whole lot of YouTube. You can learn quite a bit. I think prison got some YouTube channels, but by watching RD on the scene, and him talking about the prison, you know, studio and stuff like for live streaming, that's what got me into it. Since I can't really live stream directly through YouTube until I get 50 people to subscribe. I need 40 more people for what I have seen. So I've been on here an hour and 48 minutes. I know you get tired of hearing my stuff, but like I say, I'm an old man. I'm bored to death. It's time for me to go jump in the bathtub, get all washed up, shave, where I can go to the doctor tomorrow. So good night. God bless you. You all have a good day.